Cool. All right. Welcome everybody. This is game one for Philip Dudley and Runejammer 2023. We're playing Blood and Snow, Relic Hunters. Um, so the premise of Blood and Snow is that we are in prehistoric times, not necessarily Neolithic, but Ice Age and stuff like that. Um, you guys are not stupid by any chance. You are intelligent. You are capable, and you are nuanced because culture never really change, or like culture may change and stuff, technology may change, but people are still smart. There's stupid people of sort. There's always going to be like somebody who's not always, the brightest bulb of the bunch, but maybe they didn't have light bulbs back in the prehistoric times. Doesn't mean you're stupid. Just means you didn't have the certain technology that we have today. What is going on? Okay. So, we've got four different adventurers here. We've got Balsa, Kane, One Shot, and Sleet. I want you guys to go ahead and introduce yourselves to each other. If you have any ideas or thoughts, if not, we can come up with some ideas and kind of roll a backstory, and then we can get into the mission. Uh, Player two, Balsa. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Yeah. So are we just introducing our characters basically?
Yeah.
Sure. So, Balsa's young woman, although I guess in this time she survived through a lot already. She's like 30. She's a spear woman, and she was a chief of a former tribe, but that it got wiped out because of the harsh conditions that we live. She is the last remaining member of the tribe, of the former tribe. Now she's with this new group, and she is trying to carry on the memory of her former fallen people. Much like, I don't know if anyone here has seen John Wick 2, um, but she very much wants to live because she's the last remaining member of her former tribe. And oh, I guess I was gonna ask, Phil. I don't know. I don't necessarily need to have like the female character perks for this character. I don't know if we were using those rules or not.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. Because I actually only included those because I was also gonna use this character for another game where I probably need those.
Okay.
But if we're doing it in this game too, I'll take it if
Yeah,
that's part
for
of it.
sure.
Okay. Yeah, and that's it for her.
All right. Player four. I'm assuming that's Helmet.
Yep.
Okay.
So
One Shot. What you got?
yeah, so One Shot, I think so he's like a very young hunter who tries to prove himself for his tribe. Like I don't know, maybe it's a part of some initiation ritual or something like that to go on an adventure, something like that. Uh, I don't I don't know if I have any more details at this point for this guy.
Maybe not. You're just a young guy. You're
Maybe not.
probably what,
Yeah,
15?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's like 15, but he wants to be the greatest archer in the world. So and he wants to like kill all his targets with just one shot. One shot. Yeah,
Nice.
that's his point. That's it.
Okay. Player five. I am imagining that is probably Kane.
Let's see. My character is Kane. He is an uh, assassin in his past life. I'm basically what One Shot wants to be. So I'm the old grizzled version of him. And I put down my weapons and just became a hunter in the woods, living a nomadic life. And I'm very wise, so I can help others out, even One Shot. That's my character.
Gotcha. Nice. I look forward to some good mentorship. All right, last we got Sleet.
So I imagine that Sleet's tribe names their hunters after bad weather to ward off the anger of the storms. He's a good navigator, hasn't once gotten lost in bad weather, and always keeps a fire pot going. He uses spears mostly. Uh, uses a thing called an atlatl. If you've ever heard of it, it's basically it gives you a little extra leverage when throwing small javelins. Basically, it's a bow and quiver.
Oh, I think I've seen that before, where it's like kind of like a
Battle
stick, and
ladder.
you like load your
Mhm.
spear into the back end of it, and it kind of like a dog ball chucker, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that weapon's super cool.
I've used one in real life. They're really awesome.
Oh, it's badass.
Okay. So yeah. Well, let's roll a d20, and we're gonna roll on the Blood and Snow. How it all begins. Surprise. We're gonna do this off the cuff, and try and play this game like how I envision it kind of going, and it's gonna be up to your guys' decisions based upon how it begins and where we're going to be going. I've only got where you're going to be going, but after that, it's up to you to get to where we need to be going. So let's roll a d20. How it begins. 17. Oasis. Okay, so you guys, I use guys as a general term, you people as your tribe is setting out to tell you that they have a special mission for you, and the village elders are coming to you, and they want you to meet them at the fire, around the fire tonight at when sun is low and food is gathered. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds
Absolutely.
like a party.
sounds
Great.
great.
I look
Yeah.
forward to it. And the elder walks off. One of the other village elders walks off, and he kind of he like looks at Kane and kind of goes, and walks off. Do you guys have anything you want to do beforehand before we get to mealtime?
Not I.
No.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Maybe I will try to guess what are they planning for us.
Actually, maybe I'll
Maybe I
use
don't
like
know.
a roll to see if I remember the elder.
Sure, go ahead. So, if you're on your character sheet, you can go ahead and click on the D20 that is related to it. This would be an intelligence roll if you're wanting to just remember who that is, or if you're trying to interpret the reaction you got, then that would be, I don't know why it's doing 2D20, but it's the same roll
Try
either
it
way.
again. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, 1.
I'm gonna take the first. I'm gonna take the first roll because it was the same roll. So you got
That
10
8.
total. And in that top right hand corner, you'll see a red D20 with the number 10 in it. That's called the encounter target or the scene target, and you have to roll a
Does
10, 10 or
does the
higher.
dice add my wisdom to it, or should I add
Yes.
afterwards?
Yes.
So it's already added.
Yes.
All right.
So if you were doing intelligence to just be like, I know this person, you got the check. If you want to go with your wisdom to be like, oh, I know what he's done, that's fine because of blah blah blah, then you got a 4, which didn't make the check.
I see.
So do you want to go with the intelligence to say, oh, I do know this person, he's a
Yeah.
village elder. Okay. So you got the village elder. He's been around for a while. He once was a hunter like yourself. he was more of a dagger and spear type of hunter. He took an injury very early on in his hunting career, and then had to become more of a homebody and work with the other people who stayed in the tribe and take care of the village. Uh, Not really getting renowned, but also winning the hearts and minds of other people, and thus ascending to his position in the village as elder.
I
So
see.
he kind of sees you as like, you wasted your life. There's better things to do. We need to be more mindful about our decisions and how we handle this tribe.
Yeah, since I'm kind of a loner or nomad,
Yep.
I got it.
Okay. Any other questions you got?
No.
No? Okay. So, uh, meal time passes, sun sets, and the fires are created, and the other members of the tribe are cooking different meats and different vegetables, a lot of roots and vegetables, and things that are easily plentiful. Um, However, with this last winter, it was very rough on the um,
It's not what I wanted to do. Sorry.
this last winter has the last few winters actually have been very rough, and plants have not grown as plentiful. Animals, migrant patterns, and things like that have not uh, been very consistent or bountiful. So your tribe is actually not doing so hot. What they have called you to the fire to do, and everyone is like, you guys are circled around it. The village elders are on the other side of the fire. Just kind of imagine like a big old bonfire on the side, village elders on one side and you're on the other. You know what? We're gonna do this. I'm gonna draw an index card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
So we've got a fire with some sticks sticking out, and then we got that. This is a fire. Come on. There we go. So you guys are kind of around the fire. And then you've got the village elders who are just kind of staring at you a little bit here. Let's see. Blood and Snow manual. So we got all these guys. These guys. I don't really have a name for them yet. So we've got 3 village elders and you guys around a fire, and they're talking to you, and the rest of the village is kind of in the darkness, muttering behind you, and you can hear them. But they're not sitting around the fire with you. And the village elders, the one in the middle, looks at you and says, "As as you have known and seen, hunting has not been bountiful enough, and the vegetation has been lacking as of late. We are in need of finding a new place to live. Um, we must uproot our current way of existence here and find new verdant grounds to thrive. Um, Other tribes have been wanting our grounds for a while, but now that they've been losing sustenance, actions have become more dire, and we fear that unsavory acts of other people may come to pass, and we want to not to be here when they do. What we need you to do is go out and set forth to where we were last told by legend where oases are, and scout a path for us to essentially build a new home."
Um, sounds good.
Yeah, I say I accept.
Mm-hmm.
I will forge a path
Yeah.
for us through the lands to find the green place.
And all 3 of them bow their heads and say, "Yes, great. We were hoping that you would. The alternative would not have been great, but I'm glad that you have decided. Uh, Thank you for partaking or taking this quest, and hopefully that you will be able to find and return to us and help us find these oases. Uh, upon first break of light, I want you to go forth, make preparations, and disembark tomorrow. Anything you require, we will try to provide it within our abilities, but most things that you have on your back is what we are able to provide. Now, let's all partake in feasts in celebration of our wonderful hunters and wayfinders expedition. Yes?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get drunk.
Yes.
Here.
So one of the other elders motions out with her hand, and you hear kind of a muted leather drum going doom 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 doom, and then they kind of imagine like the Matrix 2, but not that crazy where they have electronic music and sweaty people all over. It's it's they people kind of get frivolous and they start dancing and all this other stuff, and they act like they're having fun. So throughout the night, I don't know if you guys want to turn in early or whatnot, but throughout the night, at least until like 1 or 2 in the morning, people are getting crazy and dancing and trying to eat the food and stuff and celebrate the potential for a new beginning. All right. So let's go ahead and clean this up. Come morning time, you guys are, I imagine you're making preparations, and you're encountered by another wayfinder who has been assigned to a different task for the village to try and bring, food and peace and stuff. However, they come up to you and present you with a map that they had once drawn of a local area that they were able to scout out, and they want you to take the map and use it to your best abilities to help guide your path into the unknown.
Uh-huh.
That's
So
incredibly helpful.
he's like, he says to you, yes, this map is a lot of uh, legend, rumors, and forgotten knowledge. Other villages I've had to trade for this to find different recountings of where things are. I've tried to mark the different teachers that you can find in some of the known villages and stuff. However, as you know, the winds shift, the Stratofalls are disastrous, and cannibals and other tribes down on their luck aren't as willing as we are. So, you he points to the map and says, "You know where we are at. We are. It's not the thing I want. I want this." And he looks at the map and points at it and says, "We are here." Oops, it's white too. Let me change that real quick. Lines. We want black. Maybe red. Can you guys see that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
I might change it to red. Red. We are here. However, uh, we believe that there may be an oasis somewhere out in. I keep leaving my mouse and it keeps popping up on my screen. We believe that there may be an oasis in this region. Once I change the color so you can see it. Yeah, we'll make it green for oasis. However, we need to be. The different landscapes have changed because of snowfall, stratofall, uh, tectonic shifts. Do I know what that is? I probably don't because of the time and age. Sorry, breaking the fourth wall. But the lands shake and shape, and yes, hopefully the spirits and the ancestors will guide you. Be wary of megafauna or the giant beasts. Be wary of those who feast on flesh of our own kind, and worst of all, nature. Nature will always reclaim what she sends out.
And we got cannibals.
Okay. So yeah,
Thank you for your concern.
he
Yeah.
he crosses his chest and touches his left breast, and then reaches his hand out and touches your shoulder, and is like, "May the ancestors guide you." And
May the ancestors guide you.
And
walks
also
off. Okay. So, what you guys are going to be doing is trekking. However, we are not sure how far away we suspect this to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 2d6 times 10 roll to determine how many miles that is. And then that's going to determine how many rolls and stuff we are going to do to get from point A to point B of where the suspected oasis is. Whether or not there is an oasis, that's going to depend on the information when you get there and the dice rolls and stuff like that.
All right.
I don't have anything planned out for that, so it may not be there. It's completely rumors. So you may want to see if there's a village at this suspected area. Maybe the teacher is there, and if I pull up the master edition sheet here, this one, the teachers. So you should see something that it just popped up. The teachers themselves are standing stones, and they are rumored things that no one knows what they are or how they came to be, but they potentially give you boons to whatever you're trying to do. Maybe you're seeking knowledge. Maybe you're seeking respite. Maybe you're seeking a new technology or something like that. But sometimes they don't give you things. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they have other people camped around them because they find them to be religious artifacts of sorts or sites of great spiritual importance. Your tribe, however, is not near one of these, so you'll have to, if you desire to, you can go and find one. Otherwise, straight shot from here. Nope, that's not what I want. I want the line. Black. We'll make this bright yellow for ease. So you're at the red currently. The yellow line is going to be 2d6 times 10. So we're going to roll 2d6 times 10. I don't even know if this is going to work, so let's see if it works. Nope, doesn't like that formula. Okay, so let's roll 2d6 and we'll multiply it by 10. 80 miles.
Above average.
Oof.
Okay, so let's see if we can put some text on this here. Text. We're going to call it 80-mile trek. That's kind of big. Font size. Let's go 16.
That's like opening credits of a movie.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we've got roughly an estimated 80-mile trek, unless you guys want to swing past, like, there's a village that's purported to be here. Looks like some crags, maybe a teacher. But supposedly there may be an oasis in the foothills of the mountains.
I think it'd be good to get more information. I'm interested in the village.
Just from the other villagers? Okay.
Yeah, just to see what they know. I mean, we still have to get all the way there, but
Okay, let's see. I'm going to use. I'm going to use something called the Mythic Game Master Emulator 2nd Edition, and I'm going to roll on a meaning table called Locations for Forests, and see what the villagers here may know about a. Actually, I'm going to do terrain. See what they know about the terrain and the oasis in that area, because maybe some of them have scouted, but many people don't really scout that far out. The most they may go is like 10 miles. Because if you guys have ever been out and like trekking through snow in Alaska or upstate New York or whatever, definitely not the easiest, and you don't get very far very fast.
10 miles is pretty far. It's still pretty.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what the villagers think. We got life and riches. Okay, so from what they know of the immediate surrounding area, the villagers know that this immediate surrounding area used to have life, used to have the ability to sustain it. However, further out, there may be other life because of the villages or the village in that direction. However, those people kind of move around in their area, so they may be following migrant herds of other animals, bison, yaks, and stuff like that. Um, but there's no immediate knowledge of where they're at. However, if we avoid these crags here, I don't know if you guys can see on my screen.
Yeah.
Those are broken uh, outcroppings and potentially could be dangerous due to shifting ice formations and glaciers and stuff like that. Deep crevices. Maybe there's life there too. People taking shelter from uh, the stratofall or the winds and stuff like that. Out here is definitely open ice. You want to avoid that area. That is almost certain death.
I see. So we should take the shifting ice area.
It would be
Uh,
it'd be harder, but it would definitely provide more shelter against the winds and cold nights and stuff.
Has Sleet perchance heard anything about um the tribe that's on the way?
Make a intelligence or wisdom roll. Intelligence for just knowing that they're out there, wisdom for knowing their patterns.
Can I help him? I make the roll easy
Yes.
with my wise ability.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Perfect. So
Yeah,
go ahead and roll the
I'll
d20.
do wisdom.
Now
a
all you
7
have to
and
do, beat a 7 or higher.
Beautiful.
Crushed it.
got it.
All right, so you know where their migrant patterns would be and how they follow the tracks. Um, they are more likely going to be near the crags or following the river, that frozen ice river that flows out of the mountains, just because that's where they find the most game in tracks and stuff.
Okay, I relay that information to the others.
Okay. Good job, guys. So any other things you guys want to do before you step out on your first day of trekking?
yeah, about the tribe resources. Do we maybe have some, I don't know, like dog-driven sled or something like that?
No dog-driven sled. The few dogs that they do have are currently out with other hunting parties, trying to find food. Um, Unfortunately, like just because of the way that the weather has happened, uh, the dogs are not as plentiful as they used to be, and they've had to reduce the amount of dog-driven sleds. However, you can get a sled that you can drag behind you. Let's make an index card for that. You can get a sled that you can bring with you and put your gear on it.
Yeah, maybe we will need one. Maybe let's take it.
He has a long journey. He'll probably need one.
I can haul it.
Was that Sleet?
Yep.
Okay, let's draw a sled here. You're gonna love my sled drawing.
I mean, we will find a lot of food and we will bring it to our tribe. So that's for loot.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Mm. And what about fire sources? Do we have?
I think we should all be experts to make fire.
Well, one of you does have the cook pot thing, the cook pot ability, so you always have a cook pot. Don't remember if you're able to make fire.
I only have a boulder pack.
So yeah,
I got a fire pot.
Yeah, I've got a fire pot as well.
Okay.
And I always keep it lit. So
yeah, so at least two of you can always find some way to make fire.
All right.
Alrighty. So I think Sleet said he's the one that's gonna be able to drag the sled, so we'll put that there next to you.
Yeah, I've got 3 strength, so
Yeah.
All right. So now you have a sled. You're putting your stuff on it. Anything else?
No, should we begin our journey now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. So as you guys step out, you leave your village, and there's there's definitely dead trees, like husks of dead trees and stuff like that, glistening snow and different colors reflecting from the new morning sun, and it's a beautiful sight. And usually, the places in the world that are the most beautiful are the most hard and deadly to get to. And so, when you step out, the first thing you encounter is a new piece of terrain. So, we're going to see what kind of terrain you are encountering. This is the landscapes encountered. We got snowlands, known trails, way stops, and travel is fast and easy here. So, what that means is this is already a well-beaten area and a well-beaten path of where people have gone. Maybe it's got a natural cut in the land where there's different hills, and the snow has kind of avoided collecting here just because it blows over the top of 2 hills, and there's not much here. So you are able to navigate this area pretty good. However, what kind of weather are we going to encounter? I am not sure. So let's see what kind of hazard is going to be in this area. However, the trail that you guys are taking happens to seem to kind of go off in the wrong direction, and we spend a day looking around trying to get the trail back and crossing back on your path and stuff. The wind seems to be whipping a bit and covers up old tracks. However, you're able to find the previous ones, so you're able to backtrack, but you lose quite a bit of distance, even though it may have been the wrong distance. What would you guys like to do in this kind of instance here? How would you like to try and get around that?
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. Uh, so while you guys are thinking about that, like as the day rolls on, it seems to be getting colder. The winds are picking up. So that's going to make things a little bit harder to perform actions. So let's figure out what we're going to do, and then we can move on to the next day and do another set of rolls, and hopefully get you guys in your direction.
So what are the rules for supplies and all that stuff?
Okay.
Like, should we forage?
For supplies, let's pull up that page here. Blood and Snow.
Like, we spent one day anyway, so we should like spend some.
Yep, so 1 day of travel is roughly 10 miles, which uses one supply and feeds 4 people. I didn't say that you guys had supply, so I'm going to give you 1 heart's worth of supply, which is 10 supply. So you've got 10 days worth of supply unless something bad happens. And that is going to be, if you open up, I don't know if you guys have the Blood and Snow document open still, but if you go to the trekking section, it should be Desolate Distances and Trekking. That's where it has the I'll say rules for how to do this sort of thing, and
Yeah.
that's 1 day of travel, 10 miles, 1 supply, and then I roll hazard and weather.
Word. So we're down to 9 heart, or 9 out of 10.
Yep, 9/10 of supply left.
Should we do some hunting then?
Sure. If you want to go hunting, tell me how you're gonna go hunting, and then we'll come up with a roll based off of that. But normally, if you're going to go bow hunting, if you got to track it, and then that's where you're going to use either charisma, wisdom, or intelligence. And then to take it down, if you're using a bow, that's going to be dex. If you're going to be using a spear, that's going to be strength and stuff.
Okay.
All right, I'll be using my bow and arrow.
Okay.
To hunt.
So let's do.
I will go with you, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll track using my wisdom.
Maybe help you or maybe not.
Okay. Using your knowledge of how game usually moves and like where they usually go for runs and ruts and stuff like that, you use your wisdom and roll to try and scout that out. So go ahead and roll wisdom, and it's going to be at hard. So, and you made it because it was
17,
at 13.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
So you're able to find like a small group of rabbits, hares, very fuzzy. They are running through the brush and stuff, trying to find places to find shelter. Maybe they're running from something, you don't know, but you do see a couple rabbits. Go ahead and try and shoot your bow, and then we'll do 1d4 rabbits found, and that should resupply your supply.
Ooh.
Dang.
Nice.
We got it.
All right, so you're able to hit a lot of these, or hit the rabbits fairly easily. So you just pull out your bow, and
rapid fire. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're shooting a recurve and you got those quivers the arrows really easy, pull them out of your quiver, you can shoot pretty quick. So you're able to land 3 shots, or go ahead and roll a d4, see how many you get, but you do land your shots.
2.
So you got 2. You got 2 rabbits, and so you're able to feed 2 mouths this evening, and won't be using a supply and stuff. So you are able to replenish some supply. However, with the with the rolls, or with the night coming and the hard frost and stuff, it's time to make camp. Let's see. I want somebody to make a wisdom check to do a scouting ability to find a good camping spot, beating the room target of 10 at hard, so it's going to be a 13 or higher.
I can help. I can do it. I have 3 wisdom, or I can help somebody do it and make it 10.
Make it easier, or
Yeah.
not make it easy, but reset it down to 10. Does anybody else want to try it, or do we want to let
That has any wisdom.
Go ahead. I don't have any wisdom.
Yeah, maybe try it. Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
do it.
13.
Yeah, it'd be
Nice.
like that'd be 16 then altogether. Yeah.
Bam. All right, so you're able to find a campsite, and you're able to get that set up, and you find like a brush, and you're able to use it as kind of a shelter to help prop up the tent and hide it from other people. Yeah. So the next day is going to be a little bit easier. We're still on footpaths, and you guys are going to have to make up for lost time. So let's go ahead and we're going to do the rolls, and now we're going to see what kind of hazard you run into this time. Hopefully it's not lost again. If it is lost, I'm going to re-roll it, because being lost 2 times in a day, that sucks. Nope, we're not doing that one. There we go. Because you guys aren't stupid.
Ooh.
Warbands. Okay. So,
Ooh.
let's see how many blood enemies are in the wild. We roll a d10. It's just 1d10? Yep. Okay. Fortune breaks for you guys. So you guys are able to make it out and about, and the weather last night clears, and you're able to find the paths and the tracks again, and the low points in the snow. However, you do see tracks in the distance. They look humanoid. What's everybody's reactions to it?
We should, I think we should follow.
You
Yeah,
think
I
you
think
should
it's
follow?
probably a scout or something. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, as you identify the tracks, it's humanoid, and it looks like there's just one person, one set of tracks, and they're just kind of meandering around. They're not really like there's not like one single line. It looks like they took a few steps, looked this way, looked that way, took a few steps, kind of like went to the left, and then looked around, took a few more steps. So, you guys are tracking him, so it's going to be another wisdom roll.
All right, then I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, that'd be 6 plus 9.
9 plus 3, so you got 12.
Nice.
So it's not at hard today. It's just that the regular 10 target number. So you did make it. As you are looking around, you do hear the crunching of snow coming up in front of you, further down the tracks, which is fortuitous, and you happen to see a person just kind of wandering out and about in the snow, and they got a spear, a hat, but it looks like they've got frost in their hair, and they're just kind of not with it. It looks like. What do you guys want to do?
Do we recognize, like, from what tribe is this person? Like, some signs?
Make an intelligence roll.
No?
And I will help you with that.
Okay, so
So make it
7 or
easy.
higher. Yep, 7 or higher. Boom.
17.
On fire.
Dice are in your favor. Okay, so 19. You do see some patchwork symbols. They don't really have like metallurgy and stuff, so it's a lot of hand stitched, hand woven symbols and stuff like that. You do see that this is a member of a tribe that once was known to partake in questionable rituals to appease the ancestors. However, maybe this guy's group ousted him, or he just happened to get lost, made a bad trek, and didn't have a good expert navigator like you guys do.
All right, I shoot him in the head just just to be sure.
Okay. Let's make a dex check at hard because it's targeted. It's a called shot.
All right, let's try that.
Ooh, 4.
Ooh, 4. So you
Oh,
needed a 13 or better to hit him. However,
ah,
your arrow goes, "Zhoo," and he sees it. He whirls around, and you see as he whirls around, he's got his spear and it's trembling in his hands. His lips are blue. His eyebrows are crusted over with frost, and he's got this feral look in his eyes of fear and just like, uh, I've seen some stuff. I'm lost, but I don't want to. I don't want to go back.
hmm,
What do you guys want to do?
Should we question him or time up?
Um, Up to you. If you tie him up, it's definitely a death sentence. If you question him, he may come after you, or he may tell the other people where you're at. Um, yeah, up to you guys.
well, I mean, we can't let him go. So either we catch him and question him, or just shoot him again and again.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll shoot him.
just put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
All right, dex rolls. Anybody who's shooting a bow.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 hits. Um, so yeah, 2 hits. Go ahead and roll weapon or tools effort for your bow. And more than likely, he's probably gonna. Yeah,
Ooh,
Ooh.
yeah. That's enough for 1
10
heart
damage.
of damage, and he just takes 2 arrows. Shoo shoo, and he just kind of like looks at you. His lips tremor, and you just see like the the relief of I don't have to do this anymore come over his face, and he falls to falls to the dirt or the snow.
Boss is gonna like walk over and like close his eyes.
Awesome.
You should loot him too.
Well,
I
if
mean,
you
we
do,
will loot him anyway.
yeah, if you do loot him, you don't find very much. You find a spear, you find furs with gash marks, and like a couple stones with symbols painted on them in some sort of dried powder substance.
I'll take
I
the
like
extra
to,
spear.
yeah, I would like to inspect the stones.
The stones look like a symbol similar to that of what's on his cloak. You find 2 of them. So these may be something that tribe uses. Um, it's kind of a circle with a line through it, and that way it may be something that would allow you to get entry or show that you are a member of that tribe or part of their like some sort of clan.
And I will put them in my backpack.
Okay. Let's make another circle here. So your guys' group is oops, that's not what I want. Guys' group is going to roughly be where this blue circle is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our first 10-mile hike of the day and stuff. Is as you guys are navigating the grounds, you happen to find the one traveler or the one blood tribe warrior who seems to have been lost, claw marks and other stuff on his body, and you gave him the sweet release. So now it's time to make camp again. I'm not gonna have you roll for making a tent this time. You guys are experienced travelers or experienced outdoorsmen. You're not stupid. However, what we're going to do is we're going to roll for weather and see what happens. Tracking hazards. I want weather. Weather and deadly cold.
So is this a navigational?
Kind of. So what this is you guys have made it so far. You made your first 10-mile arm of the trek after 2 days.
Mhm.
And tonight it's going to be a clear, bright skies night, so it doesn't seem like there's going to be any kind of issues barring your way. So you're probably closer to this part of the river now as you're trekking, and you're able to like look up and you see bright skies, uh, clear stars, the moon. You can see shooting stars and hear birds and other stuff just moving and crunching in the snow. You're not sure where they're at, but you hear crunching in the snow, and it's just phenomenal. So next day, uh, let's do the trekking hazard again. Hopefully not lost. Not the Warband Brothers, because we just did that one too. Not the Warband Brothers. Okay. So let's see.
Oh,
Okay, so this will be fun. So you guys are able to make a trek through the rest of through this area. It's still pretty flat when you get up to the river. That's where you're able to see the river coming. It's mostly frosted over. There's some standing stones washed smooth from the currents of time and stuff. However, there's a river between you and where you need to be, and you need to cross that river so you can get to the other side to the proposed oasis. Uh, Oasis, yeah, oasis. Um, how do you go about crossing this river?
Is it frozen over?
Parts of it are frozen over. You do see some, like the frost is usually on the opposite, on the downstream current side of a stone, where the water breaks around the rock, and the frost, the ice and stuff is able to be not washed away. There's also some logs and other fell trees from a long time ago that are in the river as well. They're kind of under the water, but they're still there. Um, Ice is usually patchy, and it's a flowing river.
Mm. Do we have tools to take down trees with?
I'm
make
gonna
this
say
a
yes,
walk?
just because you guys wouldn't be going out without it. If you have something like, let's see what Balsa has here.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I have like a. I don't have an axe. Really. I have a slag hook, a skinning knife, and a spear.
Oh, so you do have that hook. You could potentially throw a rope over and help guide people.
Oh, it is
Um,
made of slag. I forget. That's really good.
Yep. Slag is
Yeah.
essentially like your hand wavium or your adamantium of
Mhm.
the Ice Age.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. We also got archers, so we could shoot it. Let's see. What does one shot have? Probably the same
Oh
things.
yeah. If we had like rope or something, shoot it.
Um,
Climb.
Sleet has some leather cordage.
There we
Oh.
go. So we got some leather cords. We got you guys do have you do have that hook. I'm gonna say that probably comes with enough rope to pass or get over the river as well. So you could like somehow make a a guide or something like that to shoot over the river. Actually, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. You're all intelligent people.
Yeah. Well, I guess the question is, do we hook one side and then shoot an arrow to the other? Is that the is that the best way?
mm,
Hmm.
Or should we use the hook to like try to make like a raft? How heavy is the current? Like, is it?
Um,
It's definitely not walkable, right? Like it would take us. It would try to. It's like high enough and fast enough that it's.
I'm going to say it's probably it's a wide enough river that the current doesn't seem to be going as fast as it could. Um, the main reason you would probably want a guide like the rope across the river is just in case if you slip and go under, or
Okay. Yeah.
maybe something else happens. But
Is it deep is it walkable or is it over our heads if we?
it would be up to your waist.
Oh.
If you were a 5'5" person, it would be up to your waist.
Okay.
Have any of you guys seen 1883?
I've heard of it,
Well,
but
we
no.
haven't in the past. But
Right.
so never mind. Okay. I guess we could shoot. Well, I guess can we shoot a slag hook over there?
Yeah, totally. You got two experienced archers. You've got your rope and your cord. Make a dex check. We'll call it a standard check at 10. And yeah.
All right.
Almost nailed it. Which one of you has the crit at 19 or 20?
I think one shot.
I have that for just my spear.
Okay, that's fine. So either way, you made it, which is phenomenal. You're able to get your slag hook on the tip of your bow, and you kind of like hold it up, and you know, like when you got a stick with a hot dog in the end of it, and it's kind of like wah wah wah. That's what it looks like. So you gotta kind of aim up a little bit, boom, and you see it like sail across the river, and you're like, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, and it happens to hook, and it hooks onto a tree stump that still is rooted in there, and you see like the trunk of it is fallen into the river, which I'm going to give to you for a 22, which you could probably use as another guide to help you walk across.
Yeah, I was just about to ask them because they're at the bottom, so we could use those as underwater steps.
There you go. So now you got a rope. You got a rope across the river. You got the felled tree that you can use to help guide as well. So you guys are able to make it across the river. I'm gonna give it a 1d6 chance that something happens, or 1 in 6 chance. Sorry,
Ooh.
3. Okay, so nothing happens. You guys are able to
Yeah.
make it all across. Your legs are super cold, and you're gonna have to have a fire tonight. But as you cross the river and you're checking your gear, you hear the haunting howls of multiple wolves just talking, communicating, planning, and scheming how they're going to corner their juicy new prey on this side of the river. All right, so I want you guys to describe to me what you are going to do to dispatch, eliminate, dissuade, or avoid these wolves. What are you going to do, and how do you go about doing it as a group?
We heard them from a distance, right?
From the echoes and stuff, because of the flatlands, it sounds like they're far off, but that's because echoes bounce and stuff.
Oh, so okay. We don't see them though yet.
Not yet. You don't see them yet, and it's getting dark.
We should probably try to hide.
Yeah, start a fire too.
Yeah.
Get fires lit.
Yeah, maybe let's just stay near the river so it like protects us from one side at least, and yeah, maybe make fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're staying on one side of the river, or on the river. So we've got
put a fire on the other side. It's in between us and them.
Okay. Let's see if we got a fire token. If not, I'll have to draw it again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to draw it again. Okay, that's fine. Getting to exercise my fire abilities, or my drawing abilities.
Also, can we maybe find a place so like well, depending on the wind direction, so the wolves won't smell us.
Good idea. I'm gonna say roll a wisdom check with that,
Yeah.
and based upon the results of that, will give us the ability to be able to determine which way the wind is going and whether or not you can.
I mean, like, yeah, if we
Nice.
can use it to our advantage somehow.
Awesome. So yeah, you guys have probably don't want the fire right now, because if you're trying to avoid being smelt, you probably don't want to give them away right now. So yeah, you guys are able to determine the wind direction and stuff like that, and if you go downwind, you're able to you know that the wolves won't be able to pick up on your scent immediately, because usually if you're upwind, that's where the scent comes from. So you're downwind of the wolves, which is going to set you back a little bit, but you stay close to the river. Um, so let's see. I'm gonna roll a d4 to see how many wolves. Actually, I'm gonna roll a 1 and d6 if the wolves get dissuaded. Actually, no. Okay? Sorry. You guys did make your roll, so you are able to avoid this group. However, I want you to make a basic effort roll, and then we'll see what you have to do next, because you're avoiding them, you're moving. Make a basic effort roll. The idea behind this is you are moving and you're trying to stay mobile, because if you stay put, that's just recipe to be found again. So with this basic effort roll, hold on. Who's going first? We did Balsa. Balsa has taken the lead on this one.
Yeah.
And
I shot 4.
you're able to lead down the river a little bit, and you do hear the sounds and the echoes shift behind you as you're moving downwind, which is a very good move. This sounds like they're getting further. However, as One Shot points to the side and says, "We need to head this way," they do kind of catch up on you a little bit. But they're still losing interest and stuff like that. Kane does some maneuvers where what would you do to cover your tracks, Kane?
I will just probably use my spear
Okay.
to cover them up.
Okay.
Or use my bow and arrow.
Okay. So you're gonna
yeah.
use your spear to like kind of swish the snow back and forth and smooth it over. Okay. So let's.
Or can the sled do it for us?
I'm gonna say the sled probably wouldn't, because it's got the trails or the rails on it and stuff, or the big flat thing on the bottom.
Yeah.
So it would leave a pretty definite track of they went this way. So you'd probably want that up front.
So I'm rolling basic then?
Yep, we're gonna roll basic, and this will make it so that way you are able to lose the wolves. The music, like if there was music playing, it kind of quiets down, and you hear the wolf sounds kind of dissipate into the distance as they seem to have lost interest. That this wasn't such an easy target to get to. However, tonight has been a very cold night and you guys have been moving while wet, I want everybody to take 2 points of hit point damage. However you want to mark that, whether that's on the character sheet in Foundry VTT
That's
or on a note card somewhere on your side in Meat Space. So yeah, I imagine Sleep probably starts up a fire.
Oh yeah. That's a as soon as we've gotten away, and I've got a good spot to make a fire, I make a fire.
Okay.
and
Sweet.
we should eat to get our health back, I guess.
Yep. So you guys are able to spend supply. You're able to get food, eat your rations today. You've got some extra supply, so you got some rabbits and stuff. Let me see here.
So we're back at 9 then.
Yes, you're back at 9. The rabbits are from yesterday, so when you went hunting, you took them with you and stuff. You eat those first, and then eat some of your rations, but you still got 9 total.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we're going to. This is day 3 of our trek. You guys have traveled pretty far, and you are now on this side of the river. Nope, that is not the river. Oh. There we go.
Is it a plot twist that it wasn't the river?
Nope, you guys are fine. So you made it across the river. However, now you're into a new landscape. So let's see what kind of landscape you're encountering on this side of the river. Landscapes encountered. Ooh. Ice sheet. So I'm gonna say, because of what I told you before, down here in this part of the map was said to be ice sheets. You see miles upon miles of stretched out ice sheets, just blowing in a breeze that hasn't quite made it over to where you're at due to terrain and stuff. So we're gonna roll again on the terrain features. Snowlands. Okay. Let's see what that says here. Frontier fences, warring tribes at bay. Okay, so off to your right is the ice sheets. Off to your left, you see primitive or early fences. I don't know if you guys. What comes to my mind is like old Britain, where they didn't really have fences. They just stacked stones up and stuff and made that into a
Mhm.
wall to keep sheep and other animals in. So
Yeah.
you see like stacked stones that are in a wall. Some of them, there's holes in the wall. Some places lower than others. Some places higher than others. And you're able to. Well, you're not able to. You do see that there is a. You see that there's. Seems like they're trying to keep people out or keep people in. But there is a path through, and there's no one there right now. So yeah. But I want somebody to make a navigation check, which is going to be, surprise, surprise, another whiz check.
Okay, I'll do that.
And this one's going to be at easy because you've got landmarks now, and you know that the river's over here, these are here, and we're kind of aiming this way, and that's what the map says.
Ooh, nice.
Boom, 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 boom. If I had air horns. So yeah, Sleet is an expert. They've been here all the time. Well, not here per se, but they've been in this kind of situation, and then they say, well, what do you say? How do you navigate towards the direction that you need to get going?
Yeah, I just walk along the um
Your
uh
ice
walk
sheets.
walk al- walk along the wall, um keeping an eye out for other notable features. Um but does the wall run in the direction that we're going, or is it more uh
Um, I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an oracle roll and see what the result is, and we'll call it controlled. We'll call it unsure. Does the fence run in the direction they need to go? No, it does not.
okay, then
So it
then
it
in
see.
that
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
then in that case, I use it more as a landmark guide. I imagine it's visible and large enough to be seen from a distance.
Yes.
Um
Okay.
and just use that as sort of like a mental anchor to help us keep ourselves on track.
Okay. And you guys are able then to make your next 10-mile leg of the trip. Boop. Somewhere in that direction. Um, I'm gonna do a hazard roll this time, and this time I'm not pulling any punches, so we'll see what happens. Just because sometimes when you get lost, it's like I know where I'm going, but why am I lost? Ooh. Okay. So, uh,
Mhm.
this is fun. So you are making your trek, and you've got the wall to your back. Um, and you Swordtooth or Anacon. I'm gonna say it's probably well, let's do a d6 roll. 1 to 3, Swordtooth. 4 to 6, Anacon.
So it begins.
All right, so we got a big ass snake. Uh, you don't hear the crunching. You hear more of like there's no crunching. It sounds more like if you were just taking snow or salt and rubbing it over a table or rubbing your hands together. That's what it would sound like, and it's very your ears don't pick up on it immediately. Um, what I would like you guys to do is everybody make a dex roll, and we'll see if we get caught off guard. And we're gonna get into our first actual combat here, where we go through turns and stuff. So go ahead and make whiz rolls, and we'll see who
Ah,
gets if you guys are
I'm
surprised
sorry.
or
It's a visceral.
Wait, sorry, I missed that last thing. What we doing?
making a whiz roll. Oop.
Okay,
A
we're
wisdom roll.
Yep, make a whiz roll. You're seeing if you are
okay.
surprised by
Gotcha.
what is going on.
You have 16.
Nice.
Okay, so we got Wiz 8. We got two people who are not surprised, and you guys are able to hear that the anaconda or the anacon is coming up behind you, and rears its head as you hear like a big hiss from this giant snake coming up from behind you. And as it does lift its head, that's when you hear all of the snow crunch and get compacted as its massive body writhes in anticipation. However, we have Balsa and Kane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everybody here. And then we're going to start a combat. Boop. Balsa and Kane go first. Okay. Why it's not moving? Okay. So, which one of you rolled higher? Kane. Kane goes first, and then Balsa, and then we'll go into player order. Player 2, player 4, player 5, player 7, in that order. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, and that's going to be our turn order.
All right.
All right.
Beautiful.
I will keep a far distance from it and shoot an arrow at it.
Okay. So that distance, distance in Index Card RPG is measured in close, which is what engaged to 5 feet, so something I can reach within arm's distance. Then there's near, which is outside of close, is like out to 15, maybe 20 feet. And then after that, it's far. And far is where you have to move twice to get to it, and sometimes being able to hit that far out when your adrenaline's pumping and stuff makes it harder.
Then yeah, I will hit from near, I guess.
Okay. Who is
And then
that?
would that be easy attack or a normal one?
That would be a normal attack, unless you've got special abilities that modify it otherwise. Hermes, you're Kane, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, only if it's an easy bow, then I get double basic attack.
I'm sorry, say it again?
If it's an easy bow attack, then I get to use like double attack rolls.
Oh, so with that, I think the way I interpret that, easy, if successful on an easy attack bow roll, okay. I think you'd have to make the situation easy. So how would you make
Non-moving target.
It's a non-moving
basically.
target? Okay. I like that. So yeah, I'll call that an easy shot then, because it's a non-moving target at the current time. So go ahead and roll your shot, and you have to beat a 7 or better.
Right. That would be 14.
14. Yep. So you've
So yeah,
made the
use
shot, and now it's double basic effort, which means you roll that d4 twice. Sweet.
6.
6 damage. Nice. So that does take a good chunk out of that Anacon.
One has 3 HP, right? So it's 30 health.
3 hearts, so yeah, it's got 30 health, but now it has 24. Okay, who was up next? It was Balsa.
Also,
Yep,
can I move within close of it?
sure. Because
Okay.
everybody's technically in near of it right now, so you would move. Yep, you move close of it. Did I just make a copy? Oh no. Yeah, you move close to it. Why is there 2 copies of you?
Oh, are there? I just see the one.
Yeah, I can only see the one.
Okay, must have been my screen. Because I think I clicked on it at the same time you did. Okay, so
Oh,
you're
I
up
see.
close. What are you doing, Balsa?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Did we heal the 2 damage from before?
No.
Okay.
We're at
Oh.
9, I think, only.
Oh wait, we healed 1 from eating, right?
Yeah.
Resting overnight and stuff, you would have healed 1. So yeah,
Okay,
if you
right.
go ahead and check your character sheets, because I think I might have muddled up somebody's hit points.
And then my other question was, oh whoops.
Go ahead.
Does armor soak in this setting?
So what armor does is it raises the defense for you. You roll against the number in the top right hand corner, creatures and enemies roll against your defense to hit you, which your
Word.
armor feeds into your defense. So it's kind of like
Beautiful.
armor class in D&D.
Word. Okay. In that case, I will. I mean, I was gonna do this anyway, but I was just curious. I will make a strength attack with my spear. Hold on, it's a, and I have a pommel stone on it. It's a stone spear, church spear. Here we go. Okay, but I have a lot of strength, so it's still 11.
Yep.
And then let's weapon effort. Okay. 5 damage. Yeah, so Balsa just runs up and attacks the Anacon with the church spear, going for the head, but probably gets more of the body.
Yep. So you do strike a hit. It lands in the body. You see multiple other gashes and gouges on this monstrous beast, and it hisses and snakes at you. Okay, top of the order. Those are the surprise rounds. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start at the top. Player 2, player 4, player 5, player 7. It's down in the bottom right-hand corner. So what I would like to do is we start at the beginning with Balsa. Then player 4, which I think is Hermes and Kane,
Yes.
and then Helmet, and then Sleet.
Okay. Okay, so I will attack again.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, just on the money.
You got 10, right?
Here we go. Here we go.
That's nice.
7. Spear,
Right.
spear.
So 7, 12.
I'll stay here.
All right, so that the Anacon seems to be struggling a little bit. You guys may overwhelm this Anacon before it has a chance to act and stuff. So go
It's my
ahead
turn.
and next turn, player 4, which is Kane.
I will just shoot it with some more arrows, so do a dex roll.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be 14 again.
Okay. And this was just against normal target. It is moving and stuff, so it's not stationary this time.
That's 4 damage.
Nice. Okay. Next player, 1 shot.
Yeah, so, well, let's start with the shot.
Ooh.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice. So go ahead and roll your effort die. Dang.
Mhm.
You guys are killing it on these
Yeah,
effort
bro.
rolls.
Yo.
We're doing amazing.
Oh, 8? Dang. Yeah, that
I
thing's
mean, I've invested into
that thing's dead.
weapon effort, yeah.
Where is the dead button?
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, you guys already killed it.
Whoa.
There.
Well
Dead.
done, everybody.
Too good.
Yeah, so
Also-
like if you guys didn't do well on that reaction roll, it would have gone first, and it has 3 actions per turn.
Yeah, I saw
Ah.
that. I was like, that's a lot of actions.
Yeah. So yeah. And then it can also do like massive grappler and constrictor, which it grabs up to 4 targets at once. Yeah.
Yikes.
All right, so
Well,
that
good thing we blitzed.
that's the
Can we take something as a trophy? Like
Can we eat
maybe
it?
some teeth
Oh,
or something
yeah.
like that?
For sure. Let's pull up the rules on skinning this bad boy.
Oh yeah, I have a skinning knife.
Megafauna. All right, so 100 pounds.
Maybe you can
100
coat
pounds
our
of-
weapons with the poison.
Yeah, that could be cool.
If it is poisonous, yeah.
That'd be cool. Let's write that down on the side here when I get done doing this. Somebody remember that. So 100 pounds of mass
Mhm.
equals 1 heart of effort to butcher. So you have to get a 10 to butcher it, and it yields 1d4 supply or a forged loot roll. So forged loot roll. I gotta find where that's at. Hunting and foraging. Ah, there it is. So hunting and foraging would be more. The forged loot roll would be more like, oh, you went out and you went foraging. This is gonna be a supply roll because you don't have to go foraging. You already have it, so you're gonna get 1d4 supply and potentially replenish your supply that you already have. So you have to get 10 points of effort, which if you have a skinning knife is going to be a weapons and tools effort versus if you were doing it with your bare hands.
Yep. Sweet. So what do I roll first?
A d6.
Just weapon effort.
Yep. Okay. It takes you a little bit, and does anybody else want to attempt to assist with this as well?
Sure.
Mm,
Okay. So it's going to take at least 3 of you to sit here and hack at the monster. Looks like the cuts aren't necessarily going to be the most clean or the most precise. So you're going to have to finagle the meat a little bit and then get a fire going soon so you don't lose the meat. Somebody roll a d4 for me, and that will determine how many blocks of meat you get from this beast.
I can do that.
Sweet. You have
That's good.
replenished all of your supply, and you're back up to 1 heart of supply, so you got 10 days worth of supplies if nothing goes wrong.
Can we like
Excellent.
milk the teeth or
Yes.
fangs?
Thank you for
For
remembering.
poison.
Um,
Milk those fangs.
let's do a dex roll on that. Just because you kind of have to be careful with the teeth to not
Yeah.
break them off because they're very delicate and you want to make sure you don't stab yourself and all that stuff.
Nice. That'd be
16. Boom. Crushed it. Yeah, so you're able to get 1d4 weapons or 1d4 vials covered, or not vials, but 1d4 implements covered in poison.
Oh, it's 4, right? It's all of them?
Yeah, we'll take yours. So you got 4. You got all. So we've got a couple of bows, a couple arrows, a spear, a knife, and that helps. In the future you'll get +1 to your weapon damage or weapon effort with that weapon.
For the whole team?
Yes. So write that down somewhere or add it to your character
Just
sheet.
get +1 weapon, yeah.
Yep.
So we can all mark that down basically.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
So in order to mark that down, either write it down on a piece of paper on your side, or if you open up your character sheet and you go to character, unlock it, and then where it says weapons and tools and loot, add a plus or add another 1 there. If you already have something there, just increase it to +1. Does that make sense? Otherwise I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I just see a lot of D6s flying by, so it looks like we're clicking on things.
Oh. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, I see Balsa did it.
Cool.
Sleet got it. Sweet, 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 sweet. All right. So you guys are able to get your this night's camp up and going. You've gone 30 miles of your proposed 80. Yeah. Let's see what happens tonight on the weather roll. Ooh, cool. Thunderstorms. Thunderstorms, an amazing display of nature's fury. It's an omen. So let's see what that description means. An omen. What kind of omen is it? Enormously dirty. So it's kind of it's a very heavy rain, and it turns into mud and snow, and you find that the sled is very hard to pull through it, and it's gonna be your travel is reduced to half for the next day until you reach a new until you get out of this rainstorm area. How yeah. So all night it just thunderstorms, it booms, it rains, it lightnings and stuff. Um, and it makes it harder for you to pull that sled. So, uh, what do what do you guys want to do for the day 4 essentially? You've made it 30 miles so far. You're on day 4. Uh, how are you going to navigate this slush, this mud and snow and just uh drain and drizzle, not drain, rain and drizzle that's just persisting throughout the day and an ominous just low. Maybe you see like an arc of lightning in the distance and stuff like that. What do you do?
Hmm.
Should we look for shelter or just keep going?
Would there be shelter? Oh, there might be caves.
You
Yeah.
know
Look for a
you know there
cave?
would be caves or like maybe shelter in the ice crags, but you were also told that there may be other people who have taken residence there. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, we risk like falling ill if we don't get to shelter.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
probably
Definitely. Let's
let's
try to
wait.
find.
Yeah,
let's try to find a
let's.
cave or something.
Okay.
Yeah, or like
Um, because of the rain, I'm going to turn up the difficulty to 12. Oop, not 13. 12. Um, what I would like somebody decide that they're gonna. I want one person to pick who's gonna be going and looking for the cave. Other people can assist, but I need a scouting check or something to look for. Uh, it's gonna be a whiz check. So when I say scouting, I mean wisdom check. Wisdom check to find uh, a cave.
I'll do the wisdom check.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Bad luck.
24.
Oh,
Uh,
Finally happened.
so Kane is confident he can tell that this is going to be a cave. The water is heading in this direction. It seems to be funneling towards this area. Um, and you guys are like, okay, sure, 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 sure. I got it. Let's take it and stuff. And you definitely get into another trekking hazard. Let's see what Kane leads you into. Uh-oh. You got some of your supplies seems to have gone moldy from the rain and the humidity and the mud and the gunk and just, when you have 50 apples and one person eating them, 2 apples a day, you're going to go bad eventually, right? So,
Hmm.
uh some of your supply seems to be going moldy. So you're back down to I think 8 supply from this type of mold happening. I'm gonna put a counter out here. Timer, target. We'll call this one supply.
the
And
spirits of this place do not favor us.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you guys are down to 8 supply. Um, and Kane seems to have led you off into some place that doesn't have a cave. You're still out in the open, but all the water's puddling up and pooling up. What do you do?
I would try again to make it an easy roll. But I don't know if anybody else will do anything else.
I still believe in you.
Okay. What are you
Right.
doing? What are you doing to make it an easy roll?
I thought if you do it 2 times or you fail the first time, makes it easier.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Do you wanna use my hook to climb to get maybe a better viewpoint?
Advantage point? Yeah.
Yeah, vantage point. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, you use your hook and you find like kind of a side, and you're able to climb up a little extra feet and see over a hill, and you're like, oh, I see, a outcropping that looks like it has some rocks and a lean-to, natural lean-to, for. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You do see that there is a lean-to, and you're able to navigate to it and stuff, but it takes you the rest of the day to get there, thus making it only half a day's, like 5 miles worth of travel, because of the snow and the weather and stuff like that. So somebody sets up a fire, whether that's Sleet or Kane, or I forget who the other one was that had the fire. When you guys set up your fire,
Yep.
here's an interesting idea. Does anybody have any
We
stories that they would like to tell about their tribe, or something they want to add that builds on the fiction?
Sure. While we're sitting around the campfire, I've also just, and also as she's telling the story, she's constantly like sharpening her spear, like in a suspended animation. Uh, um, and she's just telling the story about, um, she had a little, she had what she thought was, well, she had a family. Her father, wasn't her biological father, but her adoptive father taught her how to use a spear when she was just a child, so she could hunt along with all the older folks. And uh, the tribe was doing relatively well, but all it took was one mistaken omen. Uh, we thought it was an omen of prosperity because we were going to hunt down a mammoth, and we thought it was going to be a good thing. But then it turned out to be too many mammoths, a stampede of them. And they trampled over all the strongest folks in the tribe. And after that, without any hunters left, the rest of the tribe just starved. And that's why I was the only one left. It's a sad story.
So you're a survivor.
I mean, I am. For better or for worse, I carry on their memories.
Despite his savage appearance, you do see a single tear go down Sleet's cheek.
Dang, that's a good
I mean,
story. Not a good
if it,
story, but well told. Sorry, keep going.
thank you. So I was just gonna say, when I see that with Sleet, I nod and say, "That's what makes us human."
Indeed.
And in a turn, what seems like a good omen is the rain lessens up, um, stops, and the night clears. Some partial clouds. You do see a crescent moon that seems to be a smile upon your group, and you just get this warm feeling of reassurance that whatever happens, you've done your best, and your ancestors will smile upon you and welcome you home from the great hunt. And you're doing the right things. Kind of a touching moment. Dang. Uh, so yeah, the night clears. You're able to rest naturally and recover 1 hit point if you haven't already. The max you can get to is 10. So yeah, if you're already at 10, don't worry about it. If you're at 9 or 8, go ahead and recover a hit point. Everybody's been able to eat, so you're at 7 supply because of the moldy stuff. The next day, the mud seems to be drying up or thickening, which makes it so the sled is able to move a little bit easier. It's still kind of rough, but yeah. Let's roll for encountered landscape this time. So as you guys are moving over the hill, you next encounter Snowlands. Seems like after you get past a couple miles outside of the natural lean-to you found, you're back into very deep snow, and let's roll a d10, see how far it seems to stretch. As far as you can see for now, it seems to stretch out into the distance, but you do see more hills and more tracks of natural land formations that look like ice cracks in the distance. So yeah, go ahead and let's move you forward a little bit here. Let's see. Any trekking hazards today? No hazard today. You guys are able to make it. Make it without much toil. The snow is deep. You're able to pull the sled.
Nice.
Sweet.
Sleet is just trucking it. He's just
Yep.
and you're feeling good. Like something about last night, being able to embrace and touch each other, not emphatically, empathetically, it just brings you together closer as people. And maybe you can help Balsa recover her tribe or start a new tribe or become leader of the tribe here. Who knows? So yeah, you guys are able to make it. You make camp. Let's roll for a weather. Let's see what happens. Pray we don't get.
Because we're halfway there.
Say what?
I said cue journey because we're halfway there.
Yes.
Halfway there. I can't sing it too
Well,
much.
we are
Otherwise,
halfway somewhere at least.
yeah, halfway somewhere. Halfway somewhere. Whoa.
We're living on the prayers of our ancestors.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're smiling down on us.
So tonight, you get the. I think Kane's probably the one that feels it first, cause his knees just are feeling it, that lower back, and he's like, hard frost coming in. Yeah, we need to find shelter tonight. Make a good shelter with covers and a wall and stuff. So no one's below 3 HP that I'm aware of.
Mm.
And yeah, so tonight I need you guys to see if you can find some shelter. One of you roll a wisdom check for finding shelter, and then we'll make some shelter.
All right, I'll try it out.
No.
Oh, 3. That'd be 6.
All right. So yeah, 6. You're not having a good time trying to find any kind of shelter out here. It's just snow. It's flat. Where you see the crags is probably another day's worth of traveling direct of you, but it is cold. The winds are getting nippy. I want everybody to take another 2 points of damage.
Cool.
Kane, how you feeling?
I feel old.
Yeah.
My knees hurt.
And let's do a D2 or 3 and 6 roll for an encounter. 1 to 3, no encounter. 4 to 6 encounter. There's an encounter tonight. Let's see which kind it is. We have a cave bear, which is good and bad because there's a cave nearby.
Yeah, I mean, that's a
But
The good news.
but
Yes.
you have
occupado.
two
So
cave
neat.
bears, a pair of cave bears.
No, it's babies.
Mm.
So I will say
Yikes.
you don't have to murder everything, but
Yeah.
if you can figure out how to dissuade a cave bear using your ingenuity and intelligence, you might be
There's no
able to
way.
free that cave up.
There's no way they're gonna leave. It's in their name.
Hmm.
We don't have to make them leave if it's big enough to fit all of us. We just have to make him not kill us.
That's one way thing. What's one thing you could try?
I mean, but it would have to be big enough that like, I think A, big enough, and B, we still have to dissuade them from attack.
Everybody give me an intelligence roll. Okay.
18.
Okay.
So we got 21, 16, and 18. Everybody but Kane is, or no, we got, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Sleet only got a 3.
so everybody else is able to piece together one shot in Balsa that
Yeah.
when you want to dissuade something from going where you are, fire.
Yeah.
So we should
Fire,
all carry a torch.
fire and noise. Torch would be good. Making a bonfire, a big old bonfire if you can. And then lots of noise.
Mm.
So let's just make a big bonfire and start, I don't know, just start dancing around it and singing.
Yeah.
Do
make
we
it a big
know
no.
do we know where the cave is?
Give me a wisdom. Give me a wisdom roll. Whoever wants to track that.
Or I'll do that. Yeah, that'd be 14.
Oh,
Nice.
that was a 1. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be 1 too. So you do beat the target of 12. You are able to track the massive bear paws of this cave bear. You see 2 of them kind of meandering around, and you can determine which way it is going. What would you like to do with that information?
Well, if
We
we
make the
make a
bonfire.
if we
Yeah.
make a big enough fire at the mouth of the cave, once they're in it, we can smoke them out.
Okay.
But wouldn't they attack us as they go away from the cave?
I mean, no one said you didn't have to shoot back. It's just shooting.
Yeah,
Shooting isn't the only answer. That just helps
yeah.
helps the situation.
Yeah.
Well, if they're in
Shooting
the
is not the
cave,
only answer, but sometimes it's the best one.
well, if they're in the cave and there's a big fire at the mouth of the cave, they won't want to leave the cave, which means
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
we can suffocate them with the smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just have to wait for them to return.
So we'll smoke them out.
So if they're in the, let me make sure I got what you're saying. If they're in the cave, you want to try and smoke them out. If they're not in the cave, still kind of smoke them out, but you're just gonna try and keep them out and dissuade them from coming back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So with your wisdom roll, Kane. Nope. Yeah, Kane. Kane is able to determine and track which way the bears are. Let's see if 1 to 3 they're at the cave. 4 to 6, they're not at the cave. They're not at the cave.
Well, that's
Uh,
good for us.
Yes, very good. So you do find the cave. You backtrack the tracks back towards the cave, and you find an empty cave. Skeletons, sticks, and different things from different meals the bears have had. You do find a poop corner because sometimes you just don't want to go outside. So yeah, what do you want to do now?
So we start our fire, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a heart's worth of effort to make a fire, and between I'm gonna roll to see if they come back now, and we'll call it 1 and 6, then 2 and 6, 3 and 6, 4 and 6. So I'm gonna roll a d6. On a roll of 1, the bears come, and then you guys roll your effort to get that fire going. You aren't gonna get it in the first time. Then I'm gonna roll another d6, 2 and 6. So if it's 1 or 2, then the bears come. Okay? Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair to me.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
What
So-
kind of effort are we rolling?
How are you wanting to start this fire? Are you gonna try
Like-
and do it by hand, or are you trying to use flint and steel? You got 2 sticks. Or what are you doing?
I got a fire pot, so I can use that tool.
Well, good
I got
news.
6
Oh.
with my
Wait.
tool.
Which one was that? Oh, that was the decision. I should have wrote down a note on which one it was. Unfortunately, I rolled a 1, so that means the bears are approaching. You rolled a 6, which is a good considerable amount of effort. So you're getting your fire pot going, and it does seem to be catching some of the sticks on fire, but it's still kind of wet to the point where it's not taking off as fast as you need to. So you got 2 bears approaching. What does everybody else do, or who's assisting, or what's the plan?
I know
We
this
gotta
sounds
make a lot
crazy,
of noise, right?
but what if what if I try to hold them back while you guys start the fire?
Well, we can try that, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go, I'm doing it. I run over. I run off.
I'll help Kane with the
You're
fire.
like in front of the fire or protecting it. Yeah.
Let me get a bear token out, because we're doing that.
My job is just to occupy them so they don't disrupt the fire process. I'm not
Cave
attempting
bear.
to like defeat them in combat.
Oops.
Aw, he's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, now I feel bad.
He's got arrows in him.
Hey, who put those arrows in him? That's mean. Sure, he didn't deserve that. And he's got a friend.
Okay. So you got 2 bears approaching, and we're working on a fire,
Little
trying to
do
get
they
that
know,
going.
I have 2 wolves inside me.
You
So
got-
do we have like a round of actions?
Yes.
Something
So
like that?
we're gonna start in actions. I'm going to start first with that they approach, but they're still at far distance. One of them stands on its hind legs, and if you ever seen like a grizzly bear stand on its hind legs,
Yeah.
it's terrifying.
Yeah.
And it just goes, "Brrrr," and yeah. Make a charisma roll. Thinking about some of the stuff I just heard on Runehammer's mainframe RPG mainframe podcast. Make some charisma rolls.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody make a charisma roll.
I meant to ask this a while back and then I forgot. Do we have hero coins?
Yes. Sorry, I should have
Yeah,
said
we never got
something.
one.
But yeah, everybody's got a hero coin. Same rules apply as the game does, so you can trade them. You can turn them in. You can do whatever you need, or whatever a hero coin allows you to do.
Add ultimate or reroll, I think.
Finding it. Hold on.
Yeah. I meant to ask that an hour ago and then I forgot.
I think if you already land a hit, you can do like ultimate damage.
Turn your
Yeah.
hero
Roll
coin. You can turn your hero
alongside.
coin in for a reroll on any die. You can turn your hero coin in for an ultimate to any die roll, and you
Yes.
can give your hero coin to another player at any time during play. And it does. I don't think it says that you can't spend multiple hero coins if that's what you desire.
Right, but we can only have up to one.
Yes, at a time.
And then they're
Yeah,
not always replenished. So yeah.
one each.
And I'm gonna say if you roll a nat 1 on any check, like a ability check, not an effort roll, you'll get a hero coin back.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so the bears move in. They're at far distance. One of them stands up, roars. You've got the charisma. So unless you're gonna spend your hero coin now, Kane and Sleet are gonna have to make their next roll at hard difficulty, which is gonna be 15 or better for the next round.
Hmm.
Is that for starting the fire? Because
Yes, that includes starting the fire. So what I'm gonna say that means is when you roll your effort, you roll 2 effort and take the lower of the two. Because you're not making a check on whether or not you can start the fire. You can start the fire, it's just taking time.
Okay.
okay, so I do 2 rolls and then just half it.
You take the lower of the two. So
Okay,
if you're rolling 2d6, it's whatever the lower of the 2d6 is.
2d4.
Or
I
yeah,
don't think I
so
need my hero coin since if you have 3 people working on the fire, it should
okay.
get up pretty fast.
Okay. So yeah, first up will be player 2, Balsa. What do you want to do?
I move near.
Okay.
And I I don't like I know there's like no official like dodge action in Ice RPG, but is there like a because my goal is to occupy the bears.
You should like
And
make a lot of noise and act big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I,
Yeah, if you do that,
yeah.
I'll say if they take any action against you, they're gonna have to do it at your defense +3, so making it a hard check
Okay.
for them to hit you.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll like I'll do a cool like spear twirl and I'll pound my chest and roar and put my arms out real wide and get real big.
Ugh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, player 4, that is Kane.
Yeah, so I was do 2 basic rolls or actually 2 tool rolls, right?
2 tool rolls, so you roll 1d6, you roll 2d6, and you take the lowest of the 2d6. So that's 4 and 3. So you only get 3 effort towards making your fire, which
Alright.
means
The
you got one
is that
more to do it.
9?
Yep, so we're at
I
9
need 9
total.
total. Alright, one shot. It's up to you. Make fire.
Yeah, so I have a fire pot, so I will be rolling my tools.
Okay. Looks like you got the fire started, man. The fire starts up and it starts going, and in D4 rounds, in one round, the smoke will fill up. So we have to get through Sleet's turn, and then it is the Bears on whether or not they move in and try and get the area. But after this round, they're gonna vacate. So,
That's
Sleet,
good
what do you
for
want to
us.
do?
Well, we started the fire, so
Yep.
I'm going to
You gotta join
uh
Balza and look
yeah,
big
I'm
and strong too.
yeah, same.
Okay.
I'll get my spear out and do the same thing.
Okay. Go forward and join Balsa, and then it'll be +3 to your defense as well. Okay, Bears' turn. They each get one action, and what they're going to do is they're with near, so they're gonna have to move near. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna roll a d4 and kind of do a tactics roll to see what they're gonna do. or the first one is going to do. 3, so 1, 2, 3. Fury of Claws. Okay, so the bear on the left is going to move forward and get close to Sleet and Balsa, and is going to attempt to hit one of you two. 1, 2, 3 for Sleet, 4, 5, 6 for Balsa. Going after Sleet.
Okay.
And it's going to do a flurry of claws, a series of wild chained slashes. For each close weapon attack made successfully, the cave bear attacks again. So,
Okay.
if it
Oh,
is able to hit you, it attacks again. And there's no ruling on whether or not that chains multiple times. So I'm going to say it only happens once, unless it's max,
Okay.
like exploding effort dice. So, what is your defense without the mod?
So I've got 14.
14 plus 3 is 17, so it needs to roll 17 or higher. And we got 1d20 plus 3. Flurry of claws. Ooh, barely. So it swings at you and goes woo,
Nice.
woo, and yeah, you're able to deftly dodge, and it seems like it's kind of afraid of you. The other bear is going to move in as well, and it's going to do a tactics roll of 2. Chomp. It's going to chomp at Balsa. The bear takes a chunk of flesh, inflicting weapon attack, and healing the amount of damage done. It doesn't have any damage on it, but it needs to hit Balsa. Balsa, what is your defense
Currently
score?
it's 20.
Is that with the plus 3 or without?
With it, it's currently 20. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it snaps its giant maw at you, and like as it does open its mouth, you can see all the wrinkly parts of its mouth, the giant teeth and stuff like that, and it snaps and claws at you. As the turn ends, the fire starts to billow smoke. You find some dry leaves, you throw poop in there, you throw whatever, and it just starts burning, and it fills the area with smoke, and the bears kind of sniff, 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 and aren't liking having to fight for this because they're fighting back, and this smells weird. I don't want to be here. They turn around and start to run away. They are now near range to Balsa and Sleet. What do you guys want to do now? Actually, they haven't moved yet. That's on their turn. It's your guys' turn. It looks like they're wanting to run. So what do you want to do?
Let's. I'm gonna say let's retreat for now. Get the fire between us and them.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and move your tokens.
I guess I'll have my spear in one hand, but I'll pick up one of the logs that's aflame and start waving it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely dissuades them. And yeah, so now it is Kane's turn, then one shot, and then Sleet. Sleet already moved, so Kane in one shot. What do you guys want to do?
I would do the same thing as Balza. Just get like a torch or a piece of wood, start waving it around.
Okay. One shot. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I will support the guys. Like they seem to have invented some new dance for our tribe, so I will join them.
Okay, sweet. As you guys do all this stuff, the cave bears. Oops, that's not what I want. That's drawing a picture. The cave bears take the hint and they're like, well, let's go find a new cave. And they vacate the premises. They seem to head back down towards the direction that you came from. So maybe they're heading away from you. However, you now have a cave. And I think it was cold weather, right? Was the reason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hard
Frost?
frost. So
Yeah.
with this cave and the fire, you're able to kind of you see like frost nipping at the edge of the cave where the heat is, and you can see the heat and the frost playing against each other in a tiny epic battle of uh like just it's fun to watch. Just like little ice crystals nip lick and come in and out from the heat and the frost at the edge of the cave. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and the night passes pretty uneventfully after that.
Do we eat so we get some HP back?
Yes. You get 1 HP back from rest and stuff. I don't remember if there is like if you do eat, you do get health back
It makes sense.
in this. Shelter 10 days. Yeah, I would say if you just for tonight, if you can, since you guys are able to, spend a supply and then uh, roll a 1d4 and you heal that much HP back.
Mhm.
Ooh, 4.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay. That was what, day 4 or day 5?
Uh, Day 5, I guess.
How many miles has it been?
Oh yeah,
60 miles.
that was day 5, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
we're on day 6 now.
you guys are 45 miles. Okay, so day 6. Um, as you get closer to you're halfway you're where you think halfway would be. Um, and it's been a long, arduous trek having to defend yourself and all that jazz every time. Let's see what kind of landscape you encounter this time. Another stone or log fence. It's probably going to be stone just because logs aren't very practical right now. But you do find another stone fence. It seems like another barrier. So maybe you pass through a tribe's area and they just haven't noticed you.
Mhm.
So you're able to navigate through this area. Let's see what kind of hazards there are with this roll. Oh man. Uh, one of you guys sprains your ankle. I'm gonna roll a d4. Uh, see who sprains their ankle, unless somebody wants to take that. But either way,
I'll,
who does?
oh, I was saying I will because it makes sense since I'm hauling the sled.
Okay. So Sleet takes a sprained ankle, and you guys are gonna be at half speed for 2 days.
After Boss is gonna take over the sled pulling after that.
Okay. Um, yeah. Boss is pretty tough. I imagine she can probably do it
Can
with the
we
best of them.
Can you put Sleet on the sled and then have normal speed?
Sure.
Well,
That
yeah,
that's actually a good idea.
I was gonna say that
Yeah.
also, just so he can rest his ankle up.
Yep.
And then we get back to normal speed, yeah.
You'll be back to normal speed, but you're gonna have to have 2 people pulling the sled, just because Sleet's kind of an
Well,
extra
it's probably
weight.
gonna have to be one shot, right?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
shot will help
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
He's a young guy.
yeah. You are old. You are old people. Yeah, old
Yeah,
and
we're all
sick. So yeah, some fresh blood is required.
Okay. So you guys spend your day traveling. It seems to be pretty easy. We're gonna do another weather roll and see what happens after that. Another thunderstorm. Um, so another thunderstorm. This time it's kind of off in the distance. It's not raining in your area, and you're taking it as an omen, just because the last time you had had this kind of moment, you discussed it and you felt a bond of kinship, and it was a good omen that it cleared. This time the omen is in front of you, and you feel that this is the way you need to go. You are nearing your destination. Uh, Up ahead, I'm not going to do a roll this time. I'm going to say you are approaching crags, and you're wondering, why is this telling me to go here? How is this going to be where the oasis is? What kind of oasis is there in a crag? Um, so uh, when you get closer, um, you start to see like tracks and different things in the snow, the dried up mud, and you see more life, cloven hooves, little feet, like rabbits and coons and stuff like that. And you start to feel like maybe there is something here that we can technically look for. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a, we're going to change it from miles to, oops, that's not what I want. Miles to find oasis. So now we've got, we're going to see how many, you need 4 hearts worth of oasis to, so now you've got some oasis that we're trying to find. And what we're doing is we're going to be making effort rolls. And I want you to describe to me how you're making your effort roll to do the discovery of where this oasis is as you're navigating into these crags that are appearing before you. Are you going above them? Are you going below them? Are you working through them? Are you using scent? Are you using tracks? Are you, what would be your first instinct to try and track down where a fresh water source, game, or other things? How would you do that?
Look for like if there's like moss growing or anything green.
Okay. So, if you're doing that, I want you to make a basic roll, or a basic effort roll, and this was going to help you look for that kind of life in the dirt, life in the crags. How do, like, the life in the moisture? So there is moisture here, and you start working your way down towards down to these crags, and it starts to feel a little bit warmer. It's kind of weird. Um, but you keep moving on. So somebody else, let's say we're gonna go in turn order again. So start at the top with Balsa, then Kane, then One Shot, and then Sleet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to use my slag hook to climb up to get a vantage point.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll a d6 for tool effort.
Sick.
Boom.
That's good.
Nice. So that's down to 30. As you're moving down, let's see, what does the description of this location feel like?
We're almost there, lads.
An advanced catastrophe. Okay, so
Ooh.
you're making progress. However, there seems to be some of the crags in front of you that are uh, caved in. I'll say is not the right term, but kind of like crumbled. Something happened, something shifted, and parts of the rock fell out, which is going to make it a little bit harder and will require a wisdom check, or however you want to handle it. You could do a strength check and move all the boulders and stuff and make it easy again. You can do whatever you want, but there's a bunch of boulders in front of you, but I will require an attempt to make it so that way you can perform the next couple actions to find the location. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So Balsa, Kane. Now it's Kane.
Yes, I can do a wisdom check, and then somebody else can do a strength check.
Okay. What
We'll
are you
try
What are you
both
doing with the
avenues.
wisdom and strength check?
To see if I can find a clear crossing
Okay.
around it.
Obviously you do, cause dang,
It's like 19.
Killing it.
killing it over here. So you do find a crossing around, and you do find like there's a little crawl space through the rocks and stuff. Don't touch this one over here because it looks pretty fragile. I see a light here, so we can force this one out of the way. Oh, I made it through. Yeah. So one
I said,
shot.
come on down, guys.
So are we able to advance,
Yes.
or do we?
You can get through
Alright.
with Kane. You can go through Kane's tunnel that he found in the rocks, or you can do something completely different if you want to.
Yes. So I mean, so are we rolling for effort, or are we
Now we're
still
rolling.
like?
Now we're rolling for effort. If you're using a tool of some sort to aid you in your effort to find it, then you roll a d6.
Yeah.
If you're just
Yeah.
trying to use your eyeballs and your five senses, that's going to be a basic effort.
Yes. So I will be looking for like animal tracks, footprints, something like that. So hopefully they moved towards the oasis.
Okay.
So that
Actually,
would be.
before you do that, I want Kane to roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Okay.
It's 2.
Sorry, I just wanted to tick down the find the oasis timer. All right, go ahead. One shot.
So yeah. So that would be basic effort, I guess.
Yep, that'd be basic effort.
And also we have hero coins.
Yes, if you didn't spend your hero
And
coin, you can roll that with and put ultimate on
yeah,
that check.
so maybe I will add my ultimate to this one. So no.
Oh man.
I feel that spirits are favoring us.
Oh! Oh! Dang.
Amazing.
Yo.
So that's 16. 28 minus
Oh
16.
my god.
Yeah, that was a one
Max
shot.
roll.
6, 12.
You did it
Dang.
one shot. That was it.
That was the one shot
Yeah.
that one shot needed. Dang.
Wow.
So you
It's
make
beautiful.
incredible effort. You are able to track. You find some cloven hooves that just happen to bounce over and like come through and go down this way as well. In fact, you find multiple multiple tracks. There seems to be something down here. Uh,
Also,
so
it's probably smelly.
say what? Say it again.
I mean, it smells. It's like there are probably too many animals, so it smells.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure. It smells like wet fur. That's for sure.
That's good for us. We can go hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Sleet. What you doing?
I'm gonna look for a place for us to like park the sled so that I can get like a fire going and we can have like a more like central location. So maybe we can split up a little bit to look, uh, to cover more distance.
Okay. Um,
Since I can't like walk around and stuff with the sprained ankle, so
Sure. Go ahead and roll a basic effort then. 3. Okay. So you guys are able to split up a little bit, park the sled. At this point, you feel like another day has passed, but it's hard to tell. There just seems to be ambient light or something that makes it so that way it doesn't feel as dark, and you're excited about what's going on here. You got one more day of sprained ankle.
mm-hmm.
We're gonna take this down to 5 supply. Okay. So that was my GM move. Now we're back at the top. Balsa.
Cool. So, we got these tracks got us all the way here. Let's see. I guess. I guess I could just climb a tree again. I don't know. Can't really think of another thing.
Okay.
Do scouting, yeah.
Scouting.
Go ahead and roll a basic effort then.
Word. Do I get weapon if I use my slag hook?
Sure. Yeah, if you're gonna try and get another high vantage point or get to a point where you don't normally get to.
Yeah, that would get me higher. So that's big.
Nice. 5, so that puts you down to 4. Okay. Kane.
I will inspect the tracks, the animal tracks
Okay.
around me. Yeah.
That's gonna be another basic effort roll. So go ahead and roll a d4.
2.
Alrighty. One shot. What are we doing?
Uh, well. I don't know. Maybe let's just do the same thing. Yeah, let's like look for animal tracks. Maybe I don't know, traces of I don't know. Yeah, like animal tracks and all that kind of stuff.
Boom. Just enough. Okay. So, I'm gonna say Sleet probably catches back up with you guys, hobbles along, and is like, "What's up, guys? I see you found it." However, the animal tracks that you do find, they look to be smooth, cylindrical, tubular, moving back and forth, and just not like deer, like something ate a deer, or is just not, a four-legged animal. So at that point, when you guys come around the corner after scouting and following these tracks, um, you happen to see what looks like a log in this cavern for some reason. What do you do?
Mm.
And you kind of hear the rushing of the gut. I'm gonna say rushing. You hear the gushing of water.
Oh.
Hmm.
uh, mm,
Um. Like from ahead of us.
Yes, it kind of opens up into this big circly location. Um,
Oh.
so let me get an index card out here, and then we'll draw a thing out.
That's a good sign, right? Well, maybe.
Well, where there's water, there's life, right?
Yeah. No. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. We should
Yeah.
Let's head towards it. I guess.
Yeah.
So ahead of you, it opens up into this kind of like big area, and there's like this weird looking log here and a weird log there, but then there's like a pool of water that's kind of splashing. You'll see it here in a second. Upload. And you guys are at the mouth of this room. It is a room. And you see ahead of
mm.
you this weird looking brown log and then water. You said you're going into the room? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, if the tracks lead there, I think we will go there. Yes.
Well, one of the tracks leads to this weird looking log, and that log looks up at you, and it seems to have two friends with it. Um, let's see if I can
Oh.
make this bigger. And
Oh,
it
shit.
the log kind of raises its head up and hisses at you. Let's do that.
You're not
Yikes.
firewood.
No, I'm not. I am a snake.
Whoa. That's crazy.
But if this is their home, do we engage or just walk away?
Could just.
So
Let's behind
this
it,
could
yeah.
be the oasis. This could be the spot where your tribe comes to. Um,
Could be the entrance, right, with the water.
Oh yeah, it's because it's behind them, right?
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
I think
only
we gotta
one way to
fight then.
find out, boys.
Yeah, yeah. We need to clear the way.
Let's
Okay.
fight.
So if we're fighting,
Banana
we're gonna
time.
go and turn order again. So this time, what they're going to do is they are at far distance from you. I wish I had my banana. I don't have my banana. They are at far distance from you, and they move to near. Actually, they're gonna dash, and that's their turn for the action or this round. So now it's
Quick
Balsa's
moves.
turn.
What's the target? Still 12?
Target's gonna go up to 15. Sorry,
Oh.
or 14. There we go.
Is Sleet still
He's still
hurt?
got a bum ankle.
Yep.
Okay. Ah, well, he'll be fine. I bank right. Well, am I right? I'm using my character's perspective. Left on the map. In front of me, I'm banking right, and I'm gonna spear because it's the main thing that I do.
Boom,
Oh,
boom, boom,
thank
boom,
Ooh,
God.
boom.
nice.
Nice. Mod 20. All right.
Have some of your own poison.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
The
the plus one.
irony.
All
Yeah,
right. So you do
added.
6
Yeah,
points of
8.
damage. So that takes that down to 24. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be hard. I got a lot of hit points.
Well, you
Alright.
gotta tank it for us.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the end of my turn.
Alright.
Kane.
I will move to like a near position to help out Balza. And then would this be like a normal arrow shot or an easy shot for me, I guess?
I see what you're doing. Let's call it an easy shot because they just moved. They haven't attacked, so they're kind of stationary at the moment. I'll call it easy.
Alright, should I then roll dexterity then?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, 16. Yeah, I made it.
Nice.
And then 2 basics.
Yep.
3 and it's 4.
Nice. Okay,
So
so you
4 damage.
and you're shooting at the one that Balsa and them are engaged with.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's at 20. Okay. One shot. What you doing?
So I will stay at the near distance.
They're
And
actually in close distance with you.
they're in close
So you
distance.
gotta back up a little bit then.
Yeah. So can I like step away a little bit and make a shot?
Yep, you totally can.
Yeah.
Are you not
So
able to move it?
just a regular shot to the left one.
Okay.
Uh, 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 um,
Oh,
Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
Gotta roll that ultimate.
So now you're rolling your
go.
D6 plus a D12.
Yep.
Not bad.
Oh, 10
10 damage.
Take that.
plus your bonus. Do you have anything?
Oh, he did.
It's already included, so
So 14 total. Nice.
14 total. Yeah.
The
was a
Anacon
one-shot.
on the left is looking real rough. All right, Sleet. Remember, all your rolls are hard for this encounter.
Yep. Yeah, I'm up in its face, so I'm gonna use my spear.
Okay.
That's
No.
not gonna do it.
You got that hero coin? This
I
might be
do.
the time to use it.
I'm gonna use my hero coin.
Okay, good.
For a reroll, right?
Yep, reroll or add to it. I think a reroll would probably be more
Mm.
beneficial.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, then much
Yep.
better.
Turns out it was.
You got
Yes.
it.
You got it right on the number. So you do hit for 4 damage, which is what? Oh, it's not down yet. This may not be good.
It'll be
Or
5 because of the
5.
+1.
Oh, nice.
The poison damage, yeah.
It's got one more hit point. Okay. This is where it gets ugly. So, let me bring up the Anacon sheet here.
Did I do poison damage when I hit my double basic attack?
Yeah.
Or not?
No, it wasn't added to your. Where's your thing at? I did not. It wasn't added to your dice rolls. So
Yeah.
+1 each. So yeah, it technically would have been dead. Okay.
Yeah. Then it'll be 2 extra damage.
Yep. So this one is the dead. Dead.
Yeah. Like, poison takes effect slowly, so.
Yeah.
So that one's dead. It's got a huge. Now you got a huge carcass in front of you. So you got one Anacon left, and that Anacon is. Where are my Megafaunas? Anacon. So it's got 3 actions per turn. It is going.
No.
It's going to attempt to constrict a. Yeah. So it's going to attempt to constrict both Sleet and Balsa in one big swoop of its tail and constrict you. So it's going to do a dex roll to attempt to hit your defense. This is where it's kind of a save. It's not an attack, it's more of a save. So I'm going to say roll a d20, meet or beat the target, and you're going to add your defense. So let's see. I think the character sheet should automatically do that. Yeah, so if you click like where it says, I'm going to put on Balsa on defense, click that, and it should spit out a d20. Ignore my roll.
God.
Ignore the second roll. That one's me.
Are you kidding?
Okay, but either way, neither of those rolls really worked out for you. Sleet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Sleet probably like slipped and fell, and the tail like went over his body.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So after a successful attack, the victim must beat the Anacon's strength roll to break free. You have 1d4 rounds before you are crushed to death, and you can do strength contests until you either die or
Right.
get out.
Well, you guys are both strong.
Does the strength contest take our action on our turns?
No. I'm gonna say no, just because I think you're heroes, and this would be more epic. Okay, so now you're constricted. Where did I put that? It does. Let's roll a d4 and see how many rounds you got to get out before you're crushed. Okay, so you've got 3 rounds before you are crushed by the constriction.
It's a good amount of time.
Yeah. So, next round when it comes to you again, Balsa, it will be your turn to do your. Actually, it is your turn. So you can do a strength check, and then if you make it or don't, you have the ability to do another action, but you're still constricted by it if you fail.
Understood.
So you roll your strength, I roll its strength, and we do a contested strength roll.
Come at me, bro.
Oh dang.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Man, you and the Anacon are almost matched.
Wrestling, right? You guys are wrestling.
Yes.
Yo.
Okay.
Barely.
So you pop out, and you're standing on top of the Anacon's body as it like
Yep.
pulls in. All right. So what do you do?
Gonna go for the head with a spear.
Okay. So if you're doing a called shot or a targeted shot, you roll at hard difficulty, so it's going to be 17 or better.
Okay, but if I hit it, what do I get?
You get an extra plus. We'll call it an extra +2 or +2 to your effort roll for your weapon.
All right, sure.
Okay.
I'll take this
Right.
challenge. I gotta get a nat 12 basically. Let's
Oh,
go.
you did
Wait,
it.
hold up,
Yes!
hold up,
That's
hold
a
up.
crit.
Yeah.
That's a crit.
Yeah.
That is a crit.
Yeah.
It's
All
a
right.
crit on top of the +2.
So you got a +2 plus your d6
Right.
plus an ultimate, and you
Roll
get if you
that.
have your hero coin,
I
throw
do.
that bone in there and get two ultimates, man.
That's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna.
Oh, yeah.
That was my plan
is-
regardless. But
It's
yeah.
the madness. You got
Okay,
madness.
so first, it's this plus 2 more.
Yep. So that's 5 or 7, 9. You got 9 total. All
And
right.
then we got one of these.
9.
Plus 6.
Oh, it's almost 11.
Ooh.
Okay, one more of these. Okay, I'll
Oh,
take
12.
So 12 plus 9, 21. Dang,
That's nuts.
that is nuts. And that thing flops to the ground, writhes in just fury, and I, insert snake noise here. It makes all sorts of noises at you, and now it is Kane's turn. What are you gonna do, Kane? Can you finish this off? Balsa's standing on top of it and just
Yeah.
looking anime as fuck.
Yes.
Since Baldur did such an awesome job, I'm just gonna run right up to it to do a close up or near shot. So I guess I'll make it easy for myself.
Okay.
So it'll be like 11. 11 is my target.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's like 13.
Boom, boom,
So I
boom.
made that.
Yes.
And that I'll also add my ultimate in there.
You gonna spend that hero coin?
Yeah, so we
Do
get
it,
2
do it,
basics
do
and an
it.
ultimate. So I
Yeah.
got
Do it.
2.
And don't forget poison.
3. So that's 5 plus. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh! Hey,
Yeah.
let's pull one
18.
from easy d6. Let's confirm that crit. Roll a d12 again. I know it's not gonna do anything, but just roll it again. That feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah. It does.
So yeah, you slay this Anacon, and you've got 2 giant dead Anacons in front of you. You've got
Oh god.
it looks like a basin. It looks like a flat ground, and there's running water. There's warmth here. It must be an underground spring or something. And with the tracks that you guys have seen earlier, there's probably wildlife in these caverns and stuff that you would be able to feed on and live with and survive for the foreseeable future. With this knowledge, you're able to make it back to your tribe and disseminate this information and lead them in this path and show them how to get back to this oasis, and you're able to save your tribe. How do you guys see not Balsa yourself, but how do you guys see Balsa being uplifted as part of the leadership of the tribe?
Like, oh yeah, her crit was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
And she basically wrestled the snake too and got with the bare hands and got out.
Balsa the Venom Wrestler.
Yeah.
yeah,
Balsa the
between
Venomous.
Struck it.
between the Anacons and the bears, like, absolutely.
Sleet, what do you, like? How do you see yourself? Like, where do you go with the tribe? Like, what's your next step that you see your character taking?
Well, I think I see. So, like, I originally feel like I'm from like an allied tribe
Mm-hmm.
to the one that I'm currently helping. So I guess he'll go back to his own tribe and tell them about the bounty that was discovered as well.
Okay. So uniting as two human groups and stuff. Nice.
Mhm.
Sleet the ambassador.
Sick.
Kane. What happens to you? How do the elders look upon you as you return from this voyage that they thought you were going to surely perish on?
I think they're surprised that this old man's still alive. The old man still got it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we navigate back to the oasis in the future, I probably take a more active role in the tribe. Maybe even become one of the elders.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. What about One Shot? The kid,
Well,
the
yeah.
nobody.
So yeah, so he will definitely take some trophies and will show off like snake eyes. I don't know, like snake teeth, something like that.
like jewelry.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
Around your-
Snake teeth
yeah,
jewelry. I also see
Yeah.
like maybe an anaconda head pauldron on the side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if it would like he's skilled enough to make it, but yeah, he will make something
Oh, I'm sure.
in
I'm
the
sure one
yeah,
of these people could help you out.
yeah, yeah. Also, he learned that he still has something to learn from the older ones. Like yeah, these guys were quite they were quite good, his companions.
Mm-hmm.
And also he will probably I think he really liked that fire dance against the bears, so he will promote this dance into the tribe. Yeah,
It's the new Thriller dance. There you go.
yeah,
Everybody's
like,
doing the
Yeah.
the bear. Nice.
yeah. So
So yeah, you guys are able to save your tribes, and they're able to live for another generation. Uh, s- s- you know, it's the winter wastelands. You're always struggling, but it's at least a little bit easier to make it through this next generation. Um, Congratulations, you guys have saved your tribes.
Woo.
yeah,
Cool-y.
Great,
I'm gonna
great job,
Oh,
James.
yeah.
GG's.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the
Absolutely.
stream or
Thanks
the
so much,
recording.
Phil.